here we are at Danny's Tacos. They've got some of the best tacos in Arlington, and I must say, they're taking care of me today, so enjoy this shot while I enjoy this shot. One of the best things about Danny's is how unassuming it is. It's legitimately inside of a Shell gas station, but man, it is so good. Whenever I first moved to Arlington, one of my goals was to find the best tacos in the area because that's what I do. And a student in the student ministry said, let's go to lunch. And he first said, let's go to Taco Cabana. I said, let's go somewhere that's not Taco Cabana, but still tacos. And he says, I got a place. And he brought me to Danny's. That was about 7 years ago. I still love this place. It's amazing. It's those hole-in-the-wall places that you would never really think to go on your own that are usually the best. If you're ever in the Arlington area and you're looking for a place to just come get some really good tacos that are unsuspecting, then you want to visit Danny's Tacos right off of Arkansas and Green Oaks. Let's go talk about camera stuff. This past weekend at my church, we did an event where we had about 160 students show up for kind of an intensive weekend retreat that was all about getting closer to Jesus and kind of living practically, identifying what the suffering, identifying these things that are keeping us from a stronger relationship with Jesus. And it resulted in me spending a lot of time prepping leading up to it, and it resulted in a lot of time just being at the church, being around students. And while I do love that part of my job, I love that part of my life, I think I have the best job ever, it's nice to have a little bit of a break today. Oh, we're about to pass a lawnmower. That dude is picking up the trash and mowing the lawn at the same time. That's an incredible kind of multitasking. That dude is doing big things. But like, I'm vlogging and riding a one wheel, so we're basically the same, he and I. Camera accessories are a dime a dozen. You can easily find some that you'll use one time, but I think the most bang for your buck is whenever you find something that you're gonna use over and over and over again, and it's a thing that you only have to pay for one time. Even if it's a little expensive, a little on the pricey side, it doesn't matter. If you're gonna use it, use it. I'm a big proponent of buying things that you're actually going to use regularly and not just things you're gonna use one time. First accessory we're gonna look at is one of those things that I never really put much thought into at first just because I thought I was gonna be cool and rebellious and just never really use it. The first thing, a lens pen. I thought to myself, I'm super responsible, there's nothing gonna go terribly wrong with any of my gear. I'll keep it clean the best I can, just you wipe it on my shirt and we'll be good to go. I was very, very wrong. A couple months ago, a friend of mine and I were paid to shoot a wedding video. And while we're shooting this wedding video, everything was going great. Everything was amazing. Same camera, same settings, same lenses. Everything was wonderful. We knew the color was gonna line up. We knew everything was gonna be great. The timeline was gonna be built and just mwah, chef's kiss. But whenever we got all the footage together and I started building the timeline, I quickly noticed that some of the footage had little smudges all over it, little black spots. And I thought to myself, I can just create a little mask, create a little filter, do something to get rid of some of that stuff. But no, what I quickly found out, it was baked into the footage. My heart dropped. And I was terrified that I was gonna have to call this lady and tell her the wedding video that she had paid us for was not going to be possible because I wasn't responsible, we weren't responsible, we hadn't cleaned our stuff properly. Thank the Lord, that did not happen. And then I quickly found out the value of something like this. This is a lens pen. This is nothing super fancy. They don't even cost that much money. You can get these in a kit. I have about 5 of these, and one of the things I love, right at the end, little brush. Drops down, goes up, little brush. Just clean your lens really, really quick. Just blow the loose dust off, not a problem. The other side, pop the cap off. This little rubber jobby right here, just kind of clean your gear, go in circles, clean your lenses. You can just go up and down to the side, every which way, and just keep your stuff clean. I don't even know if this makes a huge difference for you guys, what you're seeing right now, but there were some spots on my lens and now they're gone and I feel better. I just feel good. My stuff looks good. I feel like I can do what I need to do. So first accessory you need to pick up is a lens pin if you're not already keeping your stuff clean. Grab one of these. Better than your shirt. It's better than just kind of blowing on it. That'll do in a pinch, but something like this, a dedicated tool for it, can't go wrong with it. The next thing that is so important for me to have in my camera kit is a card case. Any card case will do, but I specifically went with the Pelican case. One, because Pelican is an amazing company. It's a reputable company. They make amazing products. They're just built like tanks, and they can take a hit and everything inside of them is going to stay safe. So this is, you might think this is a little bit of overkill, but whenever I think about it, I think of these SD cards that we spend hard money on, and they have so much of our stuff just sitting here. I want to keep that protected. If a client comes back to me and says, hey, the photos you sent me were great, I'd love a few more of those photos, I can't just say, oh, I don't know what happened, I don't know where that SD card is, so I'm sorry, I can't help you out. Boom, I've got them all right stinking here. And this thing is tested for water resistance. It's supposed to be waterproof. I personally haven't tested it just because I'm scared to. I trust them, but it's kind of like insurance. I'm glad that I have it, but I don't ever want to have to use the insurance. Just like I don't ever want to have to use the waterproofing feature of this Pelican case. It's pretty hardcore. It's amazing. I think you can buy one of these on Amazon for about $20. Not bad at all, and they're worth it whenever you're considering the thing that you and I get to do as creatives is to go and capture people's memories and then give it back to them and in a beautifully packaged, protected way. So something like this might be a little bit hardcore, might be a little intense, but if you think of it like I do and how this is an investment, this is a business that we're running, then you're going to want to keep your memory cards safe. You're going to want to keep all your memory cards in the same place. So you're not, oh no, where are my memory cards? This is always in my bag 100% of the time. The third thing that you need is also storage, but it's different. This is a SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. This thing is amazing. This is 1 terabyte, and it's so small in comparison to the SD card case and in comparison to my phone. Look how small this thing is. It is incredible. It's also incredibly durable, and it's fast. This thing is lightning. It's USB-C right out of the box. They've got some adapters if you don't have anything USB-C lying around. But USB-C right out of the box, it's great. And this also stays with me 100% of the time because I know I've got all of my photos and videos ready here. They're also easily accessible right here. And if I'm going on a trip, if I don't need to take absolutely all of my SD cards, but I'm only taking a couple 128 gig fast cards, and then every day I can just dump them onto here, I know this is going to have enough storage for me. And it's going to give me the peace of mind knowing that I'm not going to lose the footage because even though this is built like a tank, what's inside is pretty delicate. These SD cards they can be kind of finicky. But this thing, I can drop it, I can throw it, and it's going to be perfectly fine. It is the SanDisk Extreme 1 terabyte. And just because I love you and I want to see you succeed in this thing that you and I get to do as creatives, I've got a bonus accessory for you, and this accessory is something I never really thought that I would actually enjoy, but I use it every time I shoot, just for the peace of mind, and it is this Peak Design wrist cuff. This is kind of expensive for what it is, but it works flawlessly, and it works continuously. This thing is amazing. So all you do, if you've got the Peak Design anchors, which I have on the side, I've got one anchor on the side of the handle, it just clips in, pull it, and now it's not going anywhere. I did a promo shoot about a month and a half ago for this teen girls conference that we host at my church. And before I started the shoot, this is the first thing that I grabbed. Before I picked up my camera, I grabbed this strap so I could put it on my wrist so that I could clip it into my camera and know that whatever happened that day, my camera was going to be safe, the SD cards were going to be safe, my lenses were going to be safe, and all of the photo shoot was going to go off without a hitch because I had that peace of mind. So there are so many accessories that you could buy, but these are just a few that I use each and every day. As someone who's been doing this for a little while, these are the things that I use all the time. And here's the deal. I know these aren't like the most sexy accessories. These aren't the accessories that you want. It's not a mod. It's not an Atomos Ninja 5. It's not a 135 G Master lens. It's not a gimbal, but this stuff is practical, and this is really what's going to help sustain your business, because if you keep losing memory cards and keep losing client projects, they're not going to hire you. If you don't have a way to quickly access whenever the client comes back to you and says, hey, I'd really love to get some more photos or some more footage from the shoot that we did. If you don't have it, then you don't have it. And if your stuff isn't clean, that's just a nightmare. After we had this conversation, or after we did this shoot where I realized that the stuff was kind of dirty, I committed to cleaning my equipment all the time. And then the friend that I was shooting with came in my office and he said, hey, show me how to clean my stuff correctly. I showed him how to clean his sensor, and now our stuff, for the most part, is never dirty. So, well, it's dirty sometimes after we use it heavily, but then we immediately clean it. We're kind of OCD about it now. That's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you got some value out of this as a creator, as a friend, or somebody who wants to join in this journey of photography business and photography growth, consider hitting that subscribe button and the like button and all the other buttons, just because it would be greatly appreciated, and you get to see more videos a lot like this that are going to be very practical and going to help you growing in your photography business. So, see you in the next one.